just receiving the ball now, just about to receive. Is that Jonty Austin? Yeah, 354. Good afternoon, viewers from Sylvania, Sutherland Hockey Field, here for the opening weekend of the 2023 Sydney Hockey Association Men's Premier Division. And I'm Craig Turner. I'll be commentating this afternoon and taking you through the PL2 and PL1 games. And teams this afternoon are Sutherland versus Briars. So first weekend of the competition for these two teams, and it'll be, I suspect, a weekend of discovery for both clubs to see how they're set for the season. If I just look back at how these two clubs finished last year, in PL2, Sutherland finished 5th on 21 points and Briars were 6th on 21 points. So last year these two teams on the competition table were very evenly matched. There's a few changes in personnel, as you would expect each season, and Sutherland, whilst I'm not familiar with changes in the Briars lineup, certainly there's been some changes at Sutherland, and in particular the absence of Peter Mulcair and Ian McClung will test the Sutherland team and see how they're able to adapt to those two quite dominant players not being there in the midfield. So it should be a whole new look and a whole new opportunity for the Sutherland players. And it's also the debut at Sutherland for the new coaching duo of Blake and Brendan Sharp, coach and assistant coach, or co-coach. I'm not quite sure how the two of them are working that, but they're on the sheet and in charge this year in second grade, so I'll be looking forward to a good start to the season as well. We'll just run through the Sutherland team. In goals, we have Daniel Bryant, so he had a good season last year in seconds with a number of games in first, so he'll be keen to set a good start for the year. And in the back we have Blake Sharp and... Sorry, I don't have the positions there, so I'll just go down the team list. We've got Blake and Brendan Sharp, Oliver Turner, Matt Vines and David Vines, a new addition to the team. Matt Thompson back again. Cooper Jones is new. Aidan Taylor's there again from last year. Jed Austin up from third grade, so second grade debut for Jed Austin. Will Gare, I think, is out on the pitch, and Greg Cook. There's a possibility David Hindmarsh might make an appearance, but I'm not sure I've seen him on the field yet. Anyway, we'll see how that turns out. Will Gare and Greg Cook and David Hindmarsh, I think, were on the third grade game just before. So in that third grade game between the same two clubs, Sutherland started the season well with a solid 2-1 win over Briars. So good start for third grade. But now our attention is to second grade. We're probably just a minute or two away from a start here. Play conditions are really quite good, as long as we don't get too much more of the rain. So the field is very well and evenly watered. There's no surface water, so really absolutely ideal conditions on the pitch. And with that cloud cover, it's not too hot, which is often an issue right at the start of the season, but really it's very good. Visibility's good, no shadows. Everything set for a cracking start to the season for these two clubs. Umpires are coming out on the pitch, so I think we'll have the teams out there in just a moment. That's the last. Oh, we've got another debut out there that I failed to mention. Well, maybe it's a resurrection. Peter Krepp back as manager of second grade. So he's out there on the pitch, geeing the players up. So just go through the Briars team list. Borgie Borgin goals, Blake Durance, Jack Ward, Carl Smith in 3, Martin Peterson Clark 54, Stephen Graham in 36, Jake Meyer in 7, Peter Barber in 21, Darren Allsop in 24, Sirish Ayana in 18, Tristan Potts in 44, Paul Newton in 77, Jared Lee in 28, and Mike Lewis in 35. Coach for PL2 Briars is Troy Prescott. So all those on the watching the stream are looking forward to a resumption of hockey for 2023. All the teams have had plenty of work in the off season, so it's good to finally get out in a competition game and just see where they've got themselves to. Okay, so Briars running right to left. They've got the hit off and work the ball back their deep defence. Paul Newton with it there. He's lost out to Jonty Austin. Oliver Turner then with the ball. Back to Austin. Matt Thompson there just had the ball, catch him up high, and then pushed it forward into a dangerous position. So free hit against. Briars come away down the right. Toby Jennings there, good pick up from a loose ball from him. Again through Oliver Turner. David Vines with the ball there now. Vines Blake Sharp through to Matt Vines, into Turner in the centre, back to Vines. Just working it there. Oh, it's an over-ambitious crossfield from Vines. And he's done the work to recover the ball, so it's good effort there. Back through Austin, out on the left. Got some good pace there. Austin already seeing some evidence of that. So Sutherland now into the 25. Need to convert that to a circle penetration. Back through Jennings and Blake Sharp. So Sutherland have had some good early field position. Having said that, Briars have now got the ball deep in their attack, but lifted that ball into the D, so quite correctly the umpires called that as a dangerous play. Can't hit the ball into the D with that sort of elevation. So Toby Jennings with the ball, across to Sharp. Back to Jennings again. Finds Turner. Good play through Sharp. That's good, well worked out of defence there. Cooper Jones with the ball now. Sorry, David Vines. Get that right eventually. David Vines trying to put pressure on that. Toby Jennings with the ball. Umpire not responding to that appeal. Fair enough too. The Briars players kept control of the ball. Jennings looking through to Turner. It's just a little bit out of his reach, but it was good. Quick move forward. Looks like Briars back deep in their 25, trying to work this ball out. Their midfield have pushed up quite a bit, and as have their strikers. So they're looking for their back three to bring the ball up. David Vines with the ball into Jennings. Couldn't handle that bouncing ball, so that's a turnover right up in Sutherland's 25. That's very valuable to Briars. And Briars come to the 25 now, looking for a penetration into the D. Just 3 Sutherland shirts there were enough to snuff that out. Carl Smith coming forward there for Briars. That was good intercept by him. Carried that ball forward strongly, but just couldn't make an effective pass. So ball back with Sutherland. Aiden Taylor there with the turnover. So almost an opportunity there for Briars. Jake Eimer had the ball on his stick, and his tomahawk just, well, he missed with the ball contact. Cooper Jones with that ball now. Matt Vines couldn't control it down on the right wing, but Sutherland will, they've got a high press on here and will try and keep the ball in Briars 25 and force a turnover. Crossfield overhead for Briars was quite effective. It's out to Carl Smith, bringing it forward, so that's a good play by Briars to get out of that pressure in their defence. Tristan Potts now carrying it forward, but umpire's called a penalty. So Aiden Taylor now with the ball, finds Turner in the centre, back to Sharp. That's a good transfer through Cooper Jones and out to David Vines. It was a good midfield transfer from Sutherland. It was just the last pass that came unstuck, but they worked that ball across the field pretty effectively. I think both teams still really to settle, particularly with their passing. They just need to get a few more passes to stick. Austin working back strongly there. Good job by him to help break that attack down. So scores still at 0-0. Oh, that's a terrific conversion there from Darren Alsop. So the ball played in from just outside the 25, deflected across the face of the goal. I think Daniel Bryan really thought that was going over the back line and didn't pick up that Darren Alsop came screaming in at the right post and deflected that into the net. So a very good first score from Briars. So Darren Alsop gets his name on the score sheet. And Briars leading 1-0. Scoreboard will be corrected soon, I would imagine. So Sutherland, Aiden Taylor now playing it in from wide out, finds Austin on the side. Aiden Taylor, another ball in. That's fairly contested there. Turner was under pressure from Paul Newton. Sutherland get it back, but they need to make more of that possession. That looks better. He's gone back. A loose pass there from Toby Jennings. Aiden Taylor with it. In the end, played for the penalty just to retain possession, which is certainly not the worst play you can make in those situations. Really important to be able to retain possession under pressure in your defensive half. Carl Smith coming forward again, but again that pass hasn't found a Briars striker. But Briars have the possession from the 25. Ball off the Sutherland stick over the back line. And they come again. So with just over 6.5 minutes to go on this first quarter, Briars have the 1-0 advantage. Looking for another opportunity. Got the ball deep in the circle there, but good defence from Aidan Taylor. Now Sutherland come forward. Matt Vine streaming down the right wing. He's got the ball now. Matt Thompson ahead of him. Good possession to Thompson. That'll be off the foot and I think a penalty corner. No. Maybe it didn't come off the foot. Sutherland from the sideline. David Vines trying to bring that ball forward, but he was going through way too much traffic there and dispossessed. So Briars now working it down the left wing. Good work back from Matt Thompson, disrupted that play. So Briars try and recover. Brendan Sharp picking that ball up. Loose ball in the Briars defence. Looking for Matt Vines out on the right, but too many Briars players between it and they were able to intercept, but it was a good counter-attack from Sharp. So Briars back with the ball from the sideline deep in Sutherland's quarter. Another opportunity for them to try and work the ball into the D. Aidan Taylor putting pressure on. Got a ball on the foot for the... Sorry, that was Toby Jennings. Ball on the foot for the... Breeze trouble. So, loose play by Briars there. Leaves Sutherland with the ball coming into the circle. Matt Vines carrying it in. I think he was impeded by the Briars defender there. So Blake Durrance, I think, was a bit tangled up with Vines, and so penalty corner conceded. First penalty corner of the game. Falls to Sutherland, and with just 4 minutes to go in this quarter, Sutherland would like to take advantage of the opportunity, get themselves back on level terms. Brendan Sharp injecting. Matt Vines on the battery. Didn't really get onto that ball. Toby Jennings has it now. Trying to find a corner there, but couldn't. So Briars come away. Jet Austin worked hard back in defence there. Well done to break that down. So, disappointing corner there for Sutherland. Vines just basically, a stick went over the ball, I think. He just really didn't get a grip on the ball from the battery. Good overhead there from Briars. Thought it was going to go over the back line, but they managed to keep it in. Sutherland win it back though. Turner has possession through the midfield, finds Thompson. A lot of body in that tackle from Stephen Graham, and penalty against him. David Vines finds Toby Jennings at the left side, back to Turner in the centre. He's under pressure. Lost out. Blake Sharp pushing it through. Cooper Jones now to Matt Thompson again. Got Vines ahead of him. Oh, that was a costly mistrap there by Vines deep in the circle. It was just the goalkeeper to beat. That was a terrific opportunity. Good ball through from Thompson. Quick pass. Found Vines unmarked deep in the circle. So Very unfortunate he couldn't control that one. Briars not able to possess that ball going into the 25. It was fairly poorly directed pass. No one within reach of that one. So Sutherland come back through Aidan Taylor. Pretty lucky to retain a possession there. Off the Briars foot. Well, the umpire's just called it from the sideline. So through Jennings, and that ball through literally Blake Sharp and over the sideline. So another turnover. Some of the basic skills not quite so sharp at this stage of the season. Acres of space there in the centre for Briars, but Sutherland forced a turnover, come away. Johnny Austin now out on the left. He'll look for Vines in the centre. Lewis Olsen had the ball there on his stick, about 8 yards out, but could only find the goalkeeper, unfortunately. Did have Matt Vines to his right. And with just 10 seconds to go, that looks like being the last opportunity of this quarter. Right, it was a pretty solid gold opportunity, I would suggest. So, end of the first quarter, and teams go off for a 2-minute break. So just a short break at the end of the first and third quarters, and Sutherland still very much in the contest, been pretty even actually, end to end. But Briars were the one that was successful, and they have the lead through that conversion earlier in the quarter. 1-0 to Briars. We'll be back in a minute with the start of the second quarter. So back on the second quarter, Jake Eimer with the push out for Briars. David Vines making that tackle on the sideline. Toby Jennings trying to find Blake Sharp at the back, but only succeeded on putting it on Eimer's stick. Sutherland coming forward. Cooper Jones with that run. Now with Brendan Sharp. Was very ambitious going through the four-stick of the Briars defence there, and just a turnover. Jay Geimer picks up that ball, long ball out of Briars defence, and he's got overloaded the Sutherland defence in front of him. So pretty open start to this second quarter for both teams. Ball ping-ponging from one end to the other. Jennings again turning the ball over in defence. That's not a good pass. And Cooper Jones tackled more with his body there than his stick, so just didn't get himself in a good position for that tackle. It was a fairly desperate situation, but he's infringed, so Briars get the corner. And result again from an error by Sutherland in defence with a poorly judged pass, leading to a turnover and a rapid attack by Briars. Stephen Graham on the battery and Jake Imar alongside him. So it's Graham with the hit, saved by Bryant. Good save first up. Thought it might have been a fraction high, but umpire let it go. And then the rebound from Briars ended up on a Briars foot. So free hit out of defence from Sutherland. So Briars come again. Blake Sharp could possibly have let that ball go, but he obviously didn't have vision behind, and in those circumstances did the right thing and tried to go for it, but couldn't control. Cooper Jones putting some pressure on there. Yeah, I think that was fair enough, that free hit there. Sutherland not well controlled by Jack Ward for Briars there. So Sharp across to Jennings. This time his pass is stuck, and ball through to Vines. Got the ball on his stick. Needs to make his pass stick, and it has. Across to Cooper Jones. This is a good attack from Sutherland. David Vines there, and Blake Durrance just got across in the end, and the umpire has, I think he's blown a corner. Brendan Sharp calling for the dangerous because it deflected up off Durrance's stick. Umpire decided a hit outside was enough. Briars have been able to deal with that, so got the free hit out of defence. Another overhead. That's a well-placed overhead. Finds Carl Smith on the left. Good tackle there from Cooper Jones. Yep. David Vines with the ball now, but it's good work back by Jones there. He finds Jennings. Again, his pass not clean out of defence, but Sutherland get away with it. Aidan Taylor now out left. Matt Thompson had that ball behind him, wasn't able to control it. Vines back to Jennings, put him under a little bit of pressure. That's a better play through to Lewis Olsen. Good control from him, back to Vines. Good clean tackling from Darren Alsop there. Won the ball for Briars. Sutherland now, Aidan Taylor looking forward. Matt Vines, good pick up by him on the left. Kept the ball on his stick. And looks right. Give the ball, son. That's what he's done. Just needed to go a little earlier. Sharp was high up on that back line, but as the ball was held in the centre, that gap closed down. Peter Barber with the ball there for Briars. Brendan Sharp into the circle. Little bouncing ball, but Jack Ward was able to make a clean trap, play it onto the Sutherland foot, and a free hit for Ryde to relieve the pressure. Again, they played the overhead through to Carl Smith, and again it's effective in getting them out of that defensive half. So Sutherland need to find a way to cut that down. Bryant out wide, absolutely committed, and the ball got in behind him, and Briars have picked up their second goal. So I think Bryant had to come, but he really couldn't get back, and in that space, 3 Briars strikers there were enough to put the ball into the net for Briars' second goal. And they have a 2-0 lead halfway through the second quarter. David Vines looking for the ball down the right. Brendan Sharp up high, but needed to make a lead inside. Briars defender to get that one. That was never going to reach him. Carl Smith with the ball coming out of defence for Briars. Plays it across the field. The intent was right from Briars there, but the execution just a bit rough with the passes and they weren't controlled. Turner now with the ball in the centre. Again, next time his pass has been intercepted. But he's got back and recovered. So broken the Briars defence down. Another overhead, this time. Well, in the process of going with Mike Lewis going for the ball and Daniel Bryant with him, umpires adjudged that the goalkeeper impeded the Mike Lewis in going for the ball, so penalty corner for Briars. So their second penalty corner of the game, and a good opportunity for them to extend this lead. Bryant needed to put that pressure on the ball. He couldn't stay back, but it was very open, and really the umpire had no option. Missed trap at the top from Briars. That's a good run out by David Vines. Not careful with his pass, and an immediate turnover. Lifted ball from Sutherland in defence. I think the number of errors there exceeded the umpire's ability to officiate. So many errors both ways. He's got it right in the end. A penalty corner against Sutherland for lifting the ball into the body of the Briars striker. So Sutherland need to just collect their thoughts here, steady their play. Briars taking the play from the top and have been successful executing. I think that's Darren Alsop again. So sorry, my mistake. I think that's Jack Eimer. So that's third goal for Briars, and they have a 3-0 lead. 6 minutes remaining of this second quarter. Lewis Olsen with that ball through, but really not directed at a Sutherland player. So relatively simple turnover in the circle there for Briars, and they come forward again. Carl Smith with the free hit just inside the Briars half. Briars turnover in their half, so Sutherland with the ball now. Matt Vines looked to go forward. Unfortunately, his pass went between Thompson and Olsen, so just over the back line, and the ball back with Briars. That's a good play from the midfield out wide. Carl Smith carrying the ball deep into Sutherland's defence. Free hit to Briars just outside the dotted area. That's a poor pass in that position. Turnover through Jonty Austin. Cooper Jones with the ball out there now. He's shifted to the left side. Polynesian for Briars. Briars working the ball across their back line. Again, they've found space out and left. And Smith's pass down the side was unable to be controlled. Mike Sharp has not handled that transfer very well. So ball over the back line and a restart from the 25 for Briars. Brian comes forward and clears that strongly out. Jonty Austin now with the ball. He's running forward under fairly heavy pressure from Jack Ward. Thompson now with the ball. Finds Olsen. Ball back to Austin, and Briars have scrambled well in defence to keep that one out. That was a good quick counter-attack from Sutherland. Jones with the ball there, finds Matt Thompson, and quick shot by him. Not too far wide of the goalkeeper's left post. And I think Sutherland are going to need to get a few more shots on goal. They haven't had many. That one wasn't directed between the posts, but it was a shot on goal, shot towards goal, and Sutherland haven't had many of those in the game thus far. They need to get a few more if they're going to pressure Briars. A few quick turnovers of possession there. The last one from Sutherland over the sideline, so Briars restart. Cooper Jones gets it and pushes it down the sideline. Austin wasn't able to pick that up, but it was a good play to look for. Briars again needing to work it out of defence. They've spent a lot of time doing overheads from this sort of situation. So this time they go along the ground and they've been effective. So 3 strikers on 2 defenders here. Ball out wide, and Bryant in position to make the save there, which is fortunate for Sutherland as they ran out of defence. That shot off the post. Bryant making another save. Some real last-ditch defence there from Sutherland. Briars unlucky with a shot going off the goalkeeper's right post. A couple of centimetres away from bringing up their 4th goal there. So we're in the last minute of the second quarter, and Briars with a penalty corner. Jack Eimer, Bryant saves the ball going to his left. Oh, that was not a good defensive play there. I think it may have been Cooper Jones with the stick obstruction, which has cost Sutherland another penalty corner. With just 10 seconds to go, this will definitely be the last play of the quarter. So Daniel Bryant makes the save. Little uppishly, but the umpire decided no real danger there, and so that's the end of play for the second quarter. Teams go off with Briars having the fairly substantial 3-0 advantage. So Sutherland won't be happy with that. But second half is there's plenty of time to play for, so they can get their passing a little better directed. There's still plenty of time to create opportunities for goals, and I'm sure there'll be more goals to come in this game. So players are off for the halftime break. We'll be back in 3 minutes or thereabouts with the second half. So teams back on the pitch for second half. This time Sutherland with the hit off, and Sutherland going right to left on your screen. So Brendan Sharp gets it underway. Aidan Taylor with the ball there. Jonty Austin looks in field to Matt Thompson. Good work from Darren Alsop there to force a turnover for Briars. And he's got it again. Blake Sharp had it on his stick, but tried to carry the ball out of defence, which is risky, and suffered the consequences of that. However, Briars couldn't capitalise, so Sutherland get the ball out of defence. Well worked across there between Sharp and Jennings, but that ball from Vines into the centre was over ambitious. Aidan Taylor working hard there to try and recover the situation. Cooper Jones picking that one up, finds Turner. Despite having his stick hooked, umpire didn't find a penalty. Blake Durrance with the ball there for Briars. Through Peter Barber and Jack Ward. So Briars trying to be a bit patient here, retain a bit of possession, which is what you'd expect of a team leading 3-0. Another good use of the overhead there down to Newton, high on the left stride. It's good play by Briars. Got the ball under control in the attacking 25, into the D from Newton, but not to anyone in particular, and as a consequence, over the back line. Finds Jennings with that ball out of defence, but didn't land it on a blue stick. So Blake Sharp with the chance to restart, and that pass out of quick pass out of defence. Trying to pick up Cooper Jones, but under too much pressure and a turnover. It's dangerous for Sutherland. So that ball to Jack Eimer off Daniel Bryant. He just couldn't capitalise, but dangerous, another dangerous situation for Sutherland. Not quite sure what the little stoppage here. I think, oh, they're replacing the ball, I think. Ball must have gone over the fence. Blake Durrance into the D. Eimer again. And his pass has ended up with Matt Vines. He looks up and sees three Briars players in front of him. Decided to take them on. Been able to retain the ball from the sideline. Cooper Jones now through to Vines. Ball into the D. And I think that was off a foot there from Blake Durrance. Difficult ball to control, and Sutherland get the first penalty corner of the third quarter. So Vines at the top, finds Sharp with the shot. Didn't really get onto that and lifted it as well. And in fact, it's the lift that the umpire has decided to blow. So Briars come away with it. That's a good play from deep defence to attack. Just that final pass there from Yenga just didn't find a stick. Unfortunate for Briars. Potts comes forward. Ima couldn't control the ball as it came bouncing through into the circle. But Briars attacking again from the 25. Well played by Sharp there to get his stick in the way. Had Iyenga behind him and needed to get an interception there. So Briars with the ball again. Sutherland not pressing, they're holding at the 25. So Briars being allowed uncontested possession here in their half, up to the 25, which is a risky play to make. Sutherland have pulled back quite deep in defence. Briars now working the ball across the midfield. Excellent tackle there from Thompson. Should have had the penalty and has got it now. Difficult left side tackle on Carl Smith, which he executed really well. Toby Jennings with the ball, plays it across. Finds Turner in the centre. Across to Jennings, out to Aidan Taylor. Taylor's pass, well, came to Thompson and he decided it was going quick enough that it must be directed at someone else and let it go, but unfortunately there was no Sutherland player beyond him. So Briars with the ball from the 25. That's a good intercept by Austin. Good work by him to recover that ball for Sutherland. I need to make something of this now. Thompson bringing it forward. And he was looking for Olsen, but it was just half a metre out of his reach, and that was enough to see the ball over the back line. Austin putting pressure on there, but no one backing him up, so Briars were able to get away with it. Briars now with the ball along the back line. Olsen takes the ball. Well, that's an unbelievable decision by the umpire to let that one go. Olsen was really tangled up, absolutely impeded, but the umpire just called play on. So that's unfortunate, but play goes on. Olsen back with the ball. Jack Ward plays it wide. Newton back into the centre. Peter Barber with the ball now. And Briars had it into the D there, but again it was a throw the ball into the D and hope more than a directed pass. So in the end it sailed through. Sharp across to Jennings. All wide, picked up by Turner. Into Cooper Jones and out wide. That's a good play. I think it's found David Hindmarsh out there for on the right side. That was a searching pass there from Brendan Sharp, but the gap that he thought he saw closed quickly, and Briars have come out of defence quickly into attack. A turnover by them with Hindmarsh. He plays it left to Thompson. Just wasn't able to control that ball left. So Carl Smith with the ball there for Briars. Sutherland able to work it out. Thompson gets the penalty. So we've got Troy Prescott on the line, the coach of the Briars second grade team. So afternoon, Troy.
Good afternoon. How you going?
Good, thanks.
That's good.
So what are your thoughts on the first 2 quarters for Briars?
First 2 quarters, we lost it a little bit in the second half of the first quarter, but when we pulled it back and started passing the ball and honouring leads, giving everyone a touch of the ball to keep everyone involved in the game, I think we kind of stepped it up another level.
Yes, well, yeah. I think so too, and certainly you got some good results for that through the course of the second quarter. So what are you asking of the team for this half?
Just to keep their composure, not get overwhelmed with we're playing okay, and just keep everyone in the game. So if we play someone out of the game, then that's when their position, they get bored and they start looking for the ball and they play out of position. So just keep everyone involved and give everyone a touch.
Okay. That sounds like a good path forward for the second quarter. So you're in a good position at 3-0 up, and
yep.
best of luck for the rest of the game. So thanks, Troy.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Right. Have a good day.
Thank you. So Briars coming forward. That's good work by Hindmarsh to recover that ball. Just showing his experience there in defence, and a good cross-field transfer to Vines. Fortunately, his pass didn't find Cooper Jones in the middle, but Sutherland are looking a little better with their passing. Toby Jennings now finds Hindmarsh out wide. Good ball from him through to Jones in the centre. He needs to keep control of this ball, but not able to. Jack Ward winning that ball for Briars. So it's back with Ward. And so Briars just with the ball, and as their coach said, trying to keep some good possession of it.
Yeah.
Give lots of players touches. So we've got Peter Krepp on the line for Sutherland, and hi, Peter.
Hi.
Yeah.
Craig.
So what was the commentary at halftime for Sutherland? How did they think they went in the first half?
Pretty awful, actually. First quarter we lost. In the second quarter we probably played a little bit better, but we're not retaining possession and not playing much, not leading off the ball. Lots of things going wrong.
Yeah, so it did look a bit rusty.
Yes,
it did look a bit rusty. So what are the coaches looking for in the second half?
Well, maintaining possessions, stick to stick ball, and going a bit harder for the ball as well, instead of giving away possession too easily, which is what we've been doing. So.
Oh well, let's hope the team listened to that carefully at halftime. I think that sounds like pretty good advice from what I've seen. So yeah, let's see how they go in the second half. Thanks very much, Peter.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Right.
So Briars with the ball now, deep in their attacking quarter. Free hit just outside the D. Back with Newton. And that pass wasn't going anywhere, and in the end picked up by Jones. I think it might have been Jennings. I think, yes, Jennings, Toby Jennings. So Briars passing the ball around outside their D. That ball into the goal, but not from a Briars stick inside the D. It was just it was a Sutherland deflection before it went into the goal. So a corner or restart from the 25 for Briars. So Sutherland have paid the price there. They're defending very deep and allowing Briars to get the ball into the D, and in the end the inevitable mistake came, and a lifted ball gave the umpire a little option, but to blow a penalty corner for Briars. I really feel that Sutherland need to put more pressure on the Briars midfield as they come to the 25. They're giving them too much space and allowing them to get too close to the D. So Briars with the corner. Trapped to the top. They were looking for the deflection there just in front of the keeper. So Suresh Iyengar got his stick on it, but just didn't get the angle right. Briars back with the ball again, under pressure from Sutherland. Sutherland concede the penalty. Not sure that ball travelled, but it was off a blue stick, so a 5-yard rule doesn't apply. However, Sutherland did finish with the free hit, but that's the end of the third quarter. Sutherland still really to put the passes together in the attacking half, but they have stemmed the goals against, so score remains at 3-0 the end of the third quarter, and Sutherland will be looking to get a few goals on the board in the last quarter. We'll see if they can do that. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the fourth and final quarter. So as we head into the fourth and final quarter, the showers have returned, so there's a little bit of rain to finish off the game. Not really enough to trouble the players, but I suspect we'll need the lights on fairly soon here. So Sutherland with the restart. So final quarter, let's see what they can put on the board with 15 minutes to go. So Briars with the ball just into Sutherland's defensive 25, which is where they finished much of the third quarter. Cooper Jones bringing the ball away. Strong run by him. Finds Turner to the left. Good layoff to Vines. This is where Sutherland need to retain possession as they come into attack. Paul Newton with the ball now. Can Sutherland work it back? Well, they've got it from the sideline. That ball retention going into the attacking 25 so important. Jonty Austin with the restart. Aidan Taylor looking right. Finds Blake Sharp. Back to Taylor and Austin. Into Jennings in the centre. And he's got the ball out wide. Good play there. And David Vines found a foot just outside the circle. So restart by Sutherland. Back to Jennings. Out wide right again. This is looking better. David Vines trying to push that ball through, but intercepted. Turner. And in the circumstances, Briars have done the right thing. They've cleared the ball to the other end of the field. For Briars, the goal definitely to finish with a clean sheet. They've got a 3-0 advantage. It's difficult to see Sutherland really challenging that in this last quarter. But Sutherland will want to get on the scoreboard. Jennings now with the ball out right. Bouncing ball, but picked up between Olsen and David Vines. Into the centre. Brendan Sharp with the ball. Play on by the keeper. Play on by the umpire. And the keeper just came quickly off his line and denied Sharp the opportunity. That ball across the centre there. That's excellent back pressure by Matt Vines. Recovered the ball from So Sutherland looking a bit better in this fourth quarter, which is a good thing to be able to say. Briars perhaps being a little bit more conservative given their 3-0 lead. But nevertheless, Sutherland starting to string a few more passes together going forward in attack. Aidan Taylor with the ball now, finds Turner in centre. Having said that, mistrap by him. Turns the ball over. Newton now, that's a good penetrating pass by him. Darren Alsop in the end couldn't control. Good tackle by Toby Jennings, and Sutherland have the free hit from the top of the D. So good defensive work there by Sutherland. And it was a dangerous situation, that ball from Newton through to Alsop. Now with Brendan Sharp. Finds Cooper Jones in the centre. So it's definitely gone off the leg of the Briars players, and it was a bit obscured there. The umpires decided it was a bit high, so free hit to Briars. So Briars pressing. Sutherland midfield really hanging deep. Well, it's worked for them this time. Cooper Jones has picked up the ball, and Sutherland are able to come forward. That's a long through pass, and it's picked up Brendan Sharp. One to beat into the D. And fairly agricultural attempt from Blake Durant's there. More body than stick. And so the body check has resulted in a penalty corner to Sutherland. So an opportunity here to get one back. Let's see how Sutherland execute on this penalty corner. Matt Vines on the battery. Let's hope he gets good connection this time. Well, he definitely did, and it was an excellent save by Borgie Borg down low to deny him. Cooper Jones almost had the rebound. Much better corner execution by Sutherland there. So Briars keep their clean sheet intact and have the chance to work the ball out of their defence. Let's see if Sutherland can work a turnover here. Toby Jennings has done that, but in the end, ball came off his foot, so penalty against. Briars have got not a high striker up there, like Lewis, but looking for him, but couldn't find him. So Sutherland streaming forward. Just need to hold the ball up here and get some numbers in front of the ball. Matt Vines with it. That's an ambitious cross field, probably looking for Cooper Jones, but the ball's gone all the way across and over the sideline. So Briars have the restart from the sideline, side their 25. Sutherland working hard to try and get this first goal on the board. That's a good transfer out from Blake Durant's. And Briars have got it to the left side, but Newton's pass over ambitious. Sutherland intercept through Turner, Jonty Austin out left. Now bringing Aidan Taylor into the play. Back to Austin, but not well controlled, and a turnover to Briars there in the midfield. I'll try and keep control of this. Right. Blake Sharp looking down the line for Brendan Sharp. Brendan Sharp working back, but not a good left side tackle. First contact was with the stick, didn't get himself in a good position, and so umpire's given him a 2-minute rest. Carl Smith out wide for Briars. Got Imar right on the back line. He sends the bouncing ball across the circle. Cooper Jones, between two Briars strikers, did enough to control the ball and send it wide. So Sutherland all back in the 25. Letting Briars have it outside the 25, uncontested. Briars didn't take advantage of that. Simple mistrap over the sideline, so that's a free pass for Sutherland. Got the ball now through Toby Jennings across to Brendan. Blake Sharp. Down to Aidan Taylor on the sideline. This is where they need to make the next pass stick. And they've done that through Thompson and Cooper Jones. Jones running forward strongly. Got David Vines wide of him. That's good control. Back to Turner in the centre. And now he's gone wide to Vines. It's better play from Sutherland. Now Lewis Olsen with the ball. And just lost it there over the sideline. But that was better. A little bit more patience and control through the centre there between Jones and Turner. And they managed to get the ball into a good attacking position, so better play by Sutherland there. Good catch and give there by Newton. Received the ball wide, passed it infield to the support player. Blake Durant's with the ball. Plenty of time to decide what he wants to do with it. Goes left. And so Briars trying to play the possession game here, as their coach suggested, trying to keep all the players in contact. So Ima did enough there to work the ball onto Aidan Taylor's feet. So free hit to Briars just inside the 25. Mistrap there by Blake Sharp just outside the circle. That was dangerous because the ball deflected through the circle. That was excellent play by Tristan Potts along the back line. Ran around Blake Sharp, and then with the defender coming in on him, just dropped it onto a foot for a penalty corner. Very good striker play along the back line. So penalty corner to Briars. And with just on 3.5 minutes to go, Briars leading 3-0. Got themselves in a good position here with a penalty corner opportunity to add to the score. Stephen Graham on the top, lays it off. And laid it off left to Jared Lee, and he made no mistake with that. So the ball to the top, yes, Jared Lee there with the time and composure from the left to tomahawk that past Daniel Bryant. No chance for Bryant on that close range. So a 4th goal for Briars, and they've well and truly got control of this game and result. It's another loose pass by Sutherland, and fortunately Cooper Jones was able to pick it up. Lewis Olsen not able to control that. And turnover, so Briars just hold up the play as they press up the field. Blake Durant playing that through Jonty Austin and over the sideline, so Briars ball from the side. Carl Smith with that. Last ball was off Ima, so free hit to Sutherland from the side. Into the centre there, and another opportunity, that time to Darren Alsop. Under a fair bit of pressure with his tomahawk and just didn't get it well directed. Thompson with the ball there in the centre. Looking for a pass to Jones. Sutherland not able to control Ima. Toby Jennings picked that off his stick. And good play by him out wide to Thompson. Through to Turner in the centre, but he lost control of that. And ball back with Briars. Brendan Sharp back on the field in possession. Peter Barber trying to stop that going over the back line, but not able to. And perhaps he made heavy contact with the fence, but so just umpire just holding up play there. Ball with Sutherland, Cooper Jones with the shot, and that was safely wide of the post. So with full time, so round 1 of the season, Briars run out winners here at Sutherland Hockey Field 4-0 in this second grade encounter with Sutherland. That's an excellent start for Briars for the season. They will be very pleased with that result. A lot of areas in the game where they'd like to improve, but at the end of the day, they've got a very good result to start their season. For Sutherland, as their manager was saying at half-time, a lot of core skill errors in their game they need to address, and a lot of work to do to come back from that. But just the start of the season, round 1, so plenty of time for that. And we'll look forward now to the first grade encounter, the PL1 game between Sutherland and Briars. So if you wish to rejoin in about 10 minutes, we'll have the PL1 game for the afternoon, the main game, Sutherland versus Briars. So welcome to viewers for the second game in our opening weekend of Sutherland's 2024 men's hockey season. We've just seen the second grade game between Briars and Sutherland, and now we're about to kick off with the main game, the first grade PL1 game between the same two clubs. Wasn't a happy story for Sutherland in the second grade encounter, going down 4-0 in the end. So Sutherland will be looking for something different in this PL1 game. So both teams come into the competition after less than stellar performances in season 2022. Sutherland finished in 8th position on the premiership table and Briars in 7th. So both well out of semi-final contention. And at least for Sutherland, not where they've typically been in recent seasons. So they'll hope to turn things around this year. Quite a few personnel changes in the Sutherland lineup this year. Some of them we'll see in this game. So it should be a very interesting game to watch for Sutherland supporters. And for Briars, well, they'll be testing themselves against what should be one of the stronger contenders in the premiership competition this year. So they'll be very keen to see how they go against Sutherland on their home turf. So if I just run through the Sutherland lineup, Nathan Ackroyd in goals. Good solid performer there in goals for Sutherland over a number of years, and Sutherland will be pleased to see him at the back. Wade Tonner in 5, Zach McGregor in 7, a new player to the team making his debut for Sutherland at number 7. Toby Jennings is on the pitch. He had a bit of a run in the second grade fixture, and he's there for the first grade game as well this afternoon. Blake Hernandez, number 16. Jack Hayes in 19. It's a welcome back to Sutherland for Jack Hayes. Been in Perth for a couple of years. Good to see him back in Sutherland blue. Zach Keelan in 6. Hayden Neal in 8. Matthew Bennett in 11. Christian Halyard 13. Mason Neal in number 2. Riley Lloyd 10. And Henry Jones in 15. Henry Jones, another new recruit to the Sutherland team. He's from Wollongong, as was Zach McGregor and Toby Jennings. So interesting to see how those new players fit into the Sutherland lineup. For Briars, the lineup there is Scott Garner in goals, Oscar Quicks captain at 48, Samuel Houston 31, Liam Sweeney in 20, Oscar Smith number 11, Max Yowland 15, Cody Stone in 10, Lee Brady 38, William Orth 33, Nick Candido 22, Tom Vastani in 6, Tristan Potts in 44, Jack Ward 39, Martin Peterson-Clark in 54, and Carl Smith in number 3. Coach for Briars, Paul Schofield, and for Sutherland, Peter Tate and Grant Hollyman. So umpires are out on the pitch, and I would expect the teams both to be out there pretty swiftly. So it'll be very interesting to see how Sutherland kick this game off. As I've suggested, there's quite a few new players out there, new to the club, new to the team. We'll see how they start off. They did have a good run a couple of weeks ago against University of New South Wales in a trial game just to test their combination. But this is a game with points on the board, so that'll be a different feeling. Sutherland with the hit off, running left to right. And Christian Halyard plays it back to Hayes in the centre. Riley Lloyd then through Blake Hernandez. So Sutherland players getting early touches on the ball. Hayes with the ball in the centre there. Good acceleration from him. Looking for Bennett, but Briars able to intercept. That's a good recovery from Hayes in the centre there. Didn't allow Briars to come away from that turnover at all. Peterson-Clark with the ball now from the sideline. Back through Oscar Quicks. Mason Neal applying pressure. Ball off Keelan's foot, so free hit to Briars. Keeping control of the ball through their back line. Halyard doing the hard work in the centre there, trying to keep the ball on one side of the field. Excellent tackle there from Hernandez. Had the benefit of the work by Keelan in front of him, but Hernandez got low and possessed that ball straight onto the Briars' foot. Wade Tonner with the ball out left now. Needs to protect that ball. In fact, he's lost it. So good turnover there for Briars. Bennett wins it back. Little jink. And he's got the ball under control. He's got to work the ball out of this sideline. Ball retention, such an important issue as you go forward. Hernandez, lovely pass down the right, finds Riley Lloyd, carrying the ball to the D, inside. Look for the result here. Got the ball to Mason Neal, but it was a bouncing ball and Neal wasn't able to get any shot on. But good circle penetration there from Riley Lloyd. Sutherland pressing high. Jack Hayes pushing up there, trying to force Briars back or into a turnover. Briars have done well there to come down the right. Wade Tonner able to deflect the ball over the sideline just to cut that attack down. Briars now with the ball along the back line into the D. Lots of Sutherland defenders there. Don't know who got their stick on it in the end, but too many for Briars to get past. And they weren't able to force a penalty corner out of that. So Briars pulling back to the halfway line, letting Sutherland have the ball in their half. Good work there by Lee Brady. Almost took the ball off Hayes. Had to work to get it back, which he did. Briars coming forward. Ball with Hayes in the centre, out to Tonner. Looks for Neal. So Sutherland working it left to right. Found the gap out wide with Lloyd. Good run through by Keelan. Was left unattended there. That's good defence on the back line there. And Briars to win that penalty. Henry Jones with his first touch there. Will off with the ball on the sideline. Back to Oscar Quicks. Out to Peterson Clark, but bouncing ball he couldn't control, so over the sideline and a Sutherland possession. Riley Lloyd with it again. Into Hernandez. Across to McGregor. Through Hayes. And he's found Keelan. Lovely ball through. And Keelan was in space there. Just couldn't get control of it. That overhead not well placed from Briars. Hernandez right on top of it. Good work by Tonner there. He'll mop that one up. Out to Hayes out wide. Ambitious pass there. Found Bennett. Bennett was at a difficult angle there. He was trying to work out how to reposition the goalkeeper. Almost did that. In the end, Briars came away. Bennett playing very high. Still there looking for that through ball from Hayes. Now with Halyard. Ball fell to Neal. And with a first time reverse Tommer. Well, it would have been spectacular if it came off, but the ball went sailing high over the crossbar. Very difficult shot. Turn over to Hayes there in the centre. He's carrying the ball forward. He needs the Sutherland strikers high. He'll try and work a result there. And Briars did a good job not to infringe. Good defence there from McGregor. Lovely first time touch to Lloyd. He's gone wide to Keelan, who's again in space. Good pass by him to Halyard's advantage. Terrific spin by Halyard. Still got the ball on his stick. And blistering Tommer beats the goalkeeper, all ends up. So we can see Halyard there, ball outside the circle, takes it to the left, and a fantastic left side Tommer. So Halyard opens his ledger for the season in the best way possible. Sutherland leading 1-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Halyard will be pleased with that start. Really made good contact with the ball there. So Lloyd with the ball through. Keelan again picks it up. Good 3D skills there through the circle, and with those skills was able to draw the infringement from the defender. It's very difficult to defend against that bouncing ball, so Keelan kept the ball low but just elevated and drew the infringement from the Briars defence. And so a penalty corner to Sutherland. It's notable that Keelan's finding lots of space at right attacking mid, not being closely marked, and he's taking full advantage of that. So Mason Neal injecting. I've got two batteries at the top. Let's see which one goes to. Hernandez is on the left and Halyard on the right. Hernandez with a shot, and with a deflection from the runner, the ball has beaten the goalkeeper. So that's a second goal for Sutherland. Lovely strike by Hernandez, but off the runner, gave the goalkeeper no chance with the save. And a good 2-0 start for Sutherland with 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Wade Tonner plays it back to McGregor. Out to Hernandez on the right. Good play by Tonner there, back into Neil. And his pass finds Tonner with a transfer. Out to Lloyd. Lloyd, like Keelan, is finding lots of space out wide. Good play by him into the centre. Ball from the goalkeeper, bounce. Falls to Bennett, and with the goalkeeper flat on the ground, Bennett was able to tommer that into the goal. See the replay here. Deflection off the goalkeeper. And if your deflection falls to Bennett with 10 yards to the goal, then I'm afraid you're on toast. So Sutherland up 3-0. Terrific start for Sutherland. Briars just trying to possess the ball here, which Sutherland allowing them to do. Sutherland essentially holding at the halfway line where they'll put pressure on Briars. Good tackle there from McGregor. Neil able to lay the ball off to Bennett. Tonner again putting pressure on. Good tackle by him. And Hernandez. So some good tackles, but Sutherland just not able to control the ball from the tackle. So Briars still in possession. Trying to work this tool towards the D. That one, however, off of Briars' foot, and Sutherland get the ball back from the 16. McGregor going wide. Hernandez through Neil. Good pass through to Lloyd. Played it onto, I think that was Smith's foot. So free hit to Sutherland just outside the circle. Now ball back with Hernandez. There's too many Briars defenders there. That was over ambitious, that pass. So Briars come forward. Graham Houston with the ball. That was low odds for Briars there. They were quite outnumbered by Sutherland in defence. And in the end, Sutherland's defence were able to control get enough of the ball to disrupt the play. McGregor there with the ball. Good overhead by him. Looking for Halliard. Ball just didn't get past the last line of Briars' defence. Sam Houston on the ball. I think he's obstructed, stick obstruction there, or stick shielding. So just over 3 minutes to go. Sutherland leading 3-0. Just bringing the ball up to the halfway where Briars will engage. Tonner now carrying it forward. Going back to McGregor. Tonner in lots of space. Got his pass through to Neil and then Bennett. Bennett with a lovely pass across, looking for Halliard just inside the dot, but he was under lots of pressure and couldn't control. Beautiful pass from Bennett. Sutherland putting some high pressure on here, so Neil doing the running through the centre. We'll try and stop the ball coming back across. And good running from Neil. In the end, Briars were left no room to play and the ball fell over the sideline. So Sutherland back in possession. Jones on the ball. Played it infield. He really needed to pick up Halyard, but half a metre off and the pass didn't find him. Lloyd back with the ball. Halyard now with it. I think that ball has come up into Oscar Quicks's mouth, possibly. Must have deflected up. He's right to go on. So Lloyd with the ball. Plays it into the... Sorry, Hayes with the ball. Plays it into the Briars' feet for another free hit just outside the D. Picks up Halyard. Beautiful shot. What a beautiful shot from the top of the D. So I'll just see the replay there. Hayes with the ball back to Halyard at the top. Very quick shot. You can see Neil was there ready, but didn't need Neil's assistance, I don't think. And probably had less than 6 inches to aim for there. And got the ball in the net. So 4-0 for Sutherland with just 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Briars looking for one last play, but a long pass has gone to no one. So Sutherland will just let the clock run down here. And that's the end of the first quarter. So Sutherland go in at this break with a 4-0 advantage. And they'd be feeling pretty good about that quarter. So teams are off for 2 minutes and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Teams coming back on for the second quarter. The conditions here are brightening considerably. The cloud seems to be lifting, particularly off to the east of the coast. So chances of more rain probably receding. Sutherland have the start. Halyard's there, ready to get us going again. Hayes plays the ball out to Lloyd, and again taking advantage of Keelan up high. with Lloyd pushing up, Keelan pushing up. It's really creating opportunities for Sutherland in attack. Overhead play works well for Briars. Carl Smith picked it up, but Sutherland have turned it over. This is where they need to retain possession and work it out of defence. So Briars putting a little bit more pressure on Sutherland up high this half. 2 strikers up. Trying not to give those Sutherland deep defenders so much time with uncontested possession, which I think is definitely the play for Briars to make. They need to put more pressure on Sutherland's midfield and defenders when they have the ball. See if they can force turnovers. Hayes with the overhead, finds Lloyd out wide. Good receive by him. Beats the first defender, but not the second. Fortunately, recovers the ball from the sideline, so back with Hernandez and into Hayes. Good working back by Hayden Neal there to pick up that ball. Lovely skills there from Hayes. I think it was 1 on 6. Still comes away with the ball and finds the defender's foot in the D. Did look marginal in terms of height, but the umpire decided it was below the knee, and a penalty corner for Sutherland. Hayes took that free hit very quickly before the Briars defence could set. So again, we have the double battery, Hernandez on the left and Halyard on the right. Last one was a success for Hernandez. We'll see what happens this time. Hernandez again. Another good strike. Good save in goals. Scott Garner made a good save to his right there, but in making the save, deflected the ball high and dangerous to the nearby Mason Neal. So another penalty corner for Sutherland. Well, that one went between the 2 batteries and neither of them picked it up. Ball into the D, and on that occasion, Hayden Neal got his little deflection on it, thinnest of deflections, in off Hayden Neal's stick and into the corner of the goal. So those deflections close in, what you want, they give the goalkeeper very little chance. So good play by Sutherland, and Hayden Neal is got his name on the score sheet. Sutherland up 5-0. Just 2.5 minutes into this second quarter. Carl Smith throwing the ball in the centre there. Put Sam Houston under a lot of pressure, and Jack Hayes was able to pick it up. That's a terrific overhead from Hayes. Finds Bennett. Just couldn't control on the back line, but Bennett made great position there. And certainly a very effective play into the D. Briars trying to work it out, but under pressure. Ball over the sideline and Sutherland back in possession. Hernandez and Lloyd trying to work it through at the back. Good work by Tonner there. Back to McGregor. Tonner down the sideline. Good control by Neal. Finds Halyard on the back line. He'll try and spin, which he's been able to do and retain possession. So Halyard with the ball. Forces a free hit just outside the circle.
I'm running out of room for my different coloured jerseys.
Halyard with the ball again. Try and find a penalty corner there, and he's done that. That's good control under heaps of pressure there on the back line. So forced a result, which is what you want. You don't want to take shots from impossible positions. Just play the percentages and get the outcome. So another penalty corner to Sutherland. Neil injecting again. This one comes to Halyard. And well executed drag flick to the goalkeeper's right. Touched by Bennett on the top. Halyard straight onto that, and a good shot to the goalkeeper's right. Sutherland up 6-0. So a real challenge here for Briars to work out how they're going to play the rest of this game. They've got to stem the goal flow from Sutherland. I don't think Sutherland will sit back. They will try and keep putting more in the net and see if they can find a way to create some opportunities at the other end. Sutherland defending in good numbers there. Tonner able to bring the ball away. Jones able to control that bouncing ball, but good defensive intensity from Sutherland. Definitely getting numbers to the ball, which made Briars' attack very difficult. McGregor transferring across Dan Anders, quickly through to Lloyd, beats the first line, and Keelan running high, pass beats the defender, which is what you want to see. And Keelan trying to work that ball to the D. Sutherland have the restart from the 25, back to Keelan again. He's got the ball on his stick, two in front of him, finds Jones. His pass to Lloyd, not well directed. So Briars will get the chance to reset from the sideline. Good work from Mason Neal there. Finds Hayes in the centre. Looks up. Halyard got a bit tangled up with his feet there, but Sutherland keep the ball from the sideline. Time in possession would be definitely well in Sutherland's favour so far. It's been a strength of their game. Briars coming forward, good overhead. McGregor in the end of that. Toby Jennings now on the field. Needs to make his Pass stick, but dispossessed by the two Briars strikers. Their pressure was good. Umpire deciding that McGregor had too much body contact with the Briars striker there. So penalty corner to Briars. And a good opportunity for them to see if they can peg one back on the score sheet. So, Briars, well, missed trap at the top, but ball back in the D, and Sutherland working it out. Keelan on the ball now. That's an ambitious pass through the centre. Didn't have nearly enough on it to reach Bennett. Jones applying pressure, but ball got in behind his stick. So free hit to Briars to come out of defence. That's a good pass out of defence from Briars. Gives them a chance down the right side. So good play by Max Yoland down the right side there for Briars. He's come into the centre. So Liam Sweeney. And they get a free hit from the sideline. So Sutherland all back in the 25, so it's a full team defence. Hernandez putting pressure on there with support from Hayes. Ball into the D. It's a bit unfair to say it was a chaos ball because it was directed to the Briars strikers and they were able to get it onto a Sutherland foot. So another penalty corner to Briars. Briars won't get many opportunities, so they need to make the ones they do get count. Didn't do well on the last penalty corner. Let's see if they can get good control of it at the top this time. No one to the right of the batteries, so it's going to be a direct shot for sure. Sweeney had the shot, and Ackroyd dealt with that pretty efficiently. Ball cleared wide, but Briars come again. That's good defence from McGregor. Picked up that ball on his back stick. Ball's through to Neal. Finds Jones. And he's gone down the sideline. Bit of a fortunate bounce, but Halyard's on it now. He's got Bennett wide. And there were just too many Briars players between him and the Sutherland strikers. So turnover. And Briars come away. There's an ambitious pass by Halyard there. Just needed to perhaps look for the more certain pass. McGregor with a crossfield overhead from deep defence finds Halyard on the halfway. And he's gone to Riley Lloyd. Back to Halyard. Looks like Sutherland can work this football down the sideline. Good pass by Halyard there into Keelan. Opens up more space and more plays. Keelan under pressure, just couldn't find the pass he needed. And Briars get the ball back and the opportunity to work it out. Mason Neal working back in defence, but just a little stick contact there. Another overhead from Briars through to their striker line. Deciding that maybe the aerial route will get them there rather than trying to force the ball through the middle. Ball into Hayes in the centre. Just lays it out left to Jennings. That's a turnover. So Briars come forward quickly. Just outnumbered by Sutherland defenders there. Lloyd able to come away to Keelan. Then Halyard. I think he was looking for the 40-yard overhead off the right foot. So that was an ambitious pass and didn't come off. Another overhead from Briars. Well placed and well picked up on the back line. That was good defence from Jones. Protected his feet and was able to get the ball away. Briars appealing from the penalty corner there off Bennett's knock over the back line, but not given. And the third quarter ends with Sutherland leading 6-0. So in a good position. High fives as they come off the field. Still plenty of work to do in this game, but they're well placed. Briars will certainly have plenty to think about in the break. See what they can do when they come back on the field. for the third quarter. Teams back on the pitch. Sutherland leading 6-0. And the sun's come out. So conditions only improving for the players. That's a dominant first half display from Sutherland, which they'll want to capitalise on in the second half. Don't want to take their foot off the pedal. For Briars, they need to put the first half out of their mind. It's a start again mentally from the point of view of 0-0 and just see what they can make of this second half. Riley Lloyd with the ball there into Keelan, again receiving unmarked. Halliard had the ball in the back line but essentially made a mess of it, which was unfortunate. So Briars come away, have the ball from the sideline. Oh, actually the umpires called a penalty further back, so from the top of the D. Transfer, Bennett up and putting pressure on. Into the midfield. Keelan applying pressure. That's good work. This is where Sutherland want to force the turnover. And Neil's working hard on that to win it. And was able to push it onto a foot. And Sutherland come away with it. Now Hayes carrying it strongly through the centre. But 1-on-2, he wasn't successful. So Briars come forward. Tonner up. Good pressure from Tonner. Forced the turnover. Bouncing ball from Tonner. McGregor didn't get his stick in a good position and an unforced error there. Ball over the sideline. His ball, Briars of possession up in Sutherland's 25. Between Hernandez and Keelan, they get it back. Neil lays it off to Hayes. Carries it forward very quickly. He had Bennett out wide, but Bennett needed to hold his lead. Just got in behind the Briars defender and the ball's gone over the back line. So ball back with Briars. Mason Neal doing the work there to try and cut off the transfers. So Sutherland defence there in numbers. Riley Lloyd with the ball. Finds Tonner out wide. Good pass to him. Then through Hayes to Neil. He's got Bennett unmarked in the D. Halliard through to Bennett. Terrific pass from Halliard. And Bennett had the goalkeeper at his mercy and just didn't get enough of the ball to bet it in. But terrific play by Halliard there with his quick receive and pass. Vastani with the ball for Briars on the back line. Eludes Keelan. Finds the layoff. I think McGregor let that ball go. I'm not sure if he was aware of the Briars striker in behind, but no damage done from Sutherland's point of view. Mistrapped by Bennett there on the sideline. Briars back in possession, bring the ball forward over the halfway. Briars trying to work the ball through the centre. It's probably not the easiest place to get penetration, but they've got to the D. So ball inside the D. They'll look for our outcome here. Penalty. Looking for the D, but looking for the feet there of Zach McGregor, but he was sufficiently agile to avoid that. That's a poor pass by Lloyd through the centre at 45 degrees. Easily intercepted by Briars. Sutherland need to just reset here and just manage their possessions. Hernandez out to Tonner. So Briars playing very narrow in the centre. They're leaving space out wide, trying to block up the centre as much as they can. Sutherland taking advantage of that. Good receive on the reverse side there from Keelan of the long overhead off Hernandez. Hayes picks that up in the centre. He's beaten two, but really stretching there and couldn't control the ball to beat the third player. Keelan putting the pressure on there, trying to keep the ball out. Good win by Mason Neal there. That was a very deft steal. It's found Halyard. Carries the ball forward, protecting it. Good control from Halyard. Just tried to get the final jink over the final stick. And ball over the back line from Briars, so restart from the 25. That was a good turn from Halyard. And another terrific tomahawk off his left side. So we can see an excellent receive from Halyard at the top. Pulled the ball immediately left, and with no one on him, he had good time for that shot and put it just under the crossbar. So speed of the shot there really beat Scott Garner in goals. So great shooting from Halyard. That's two Thomas he's put away this game. That being said, he was able to take that shot without pressure being applied, and in those circumstances, the odds certainly improve. Good play by Riley Lloyd there. Finds Zach Keelan dropping back. Now through Bennett. Back by him to McGregor. Good pressure from Briars. Forced to turn over. Now trying to reset through their midfield. Cody Stone out wide. Back in. Good tackle by Keelan, but just off his foot, the umpire said. Umpire determined that Sutherland player had position. Tonner with the ball. He's going to look left for Neal. Decides that was too risky. Back through Hayes. And Riley Lloyd couldn't control that on the right. So just on 8 minutes to go of this quarter. Sutherland leading 7-0. Intercept by Sutherland. Halyard and Hayes trying to work it forward, but passing came unstuck. Briars back in possession. Now they'll try and press forward. Sutherland all working strongly in defence. Long overhead. finds Nick Candido. Lee Brady took the swing at the ball there, but missed, so umpire pulled that up. Fernandez now with the ball. Finds Tonner out wide. With again, with this concentration by Briars of defending through the middle, they are leaving plenty of space out wide on the flanks, and Sutherland are exploiting that, whether it's their outside defenders coming forward or their AMs leading out. They're able to exploit this space out wide. Good receive by Neil on that overhead. Finds Jones in the centre. Terrific pass from him out to Keelan on the back line. Where will he stick this? And in the end, it wasn't actually directed to a blue stick, and Briars came away. Hernandez getting that turnover. Hayes with an over-ambitious pass there. So a bit of untidy play here from both teams. Quick turnovers both ways. Sutherland trying to manage the possession a little bit better here. So just taking some time with the ball in their defence. Good play by Hernandez there with the overhead. But in the same way that Lloyd got the advantage at the other end with the overhead, played into his space, so Briars have got it now. Vastani with that ball through. Tristan Potts received it on the back line, but really he had little angle to work with, and Nathan Ackroyd easily dealt with that shot. Liam Sweeney on the ball now, gets past Hernandez, or did he? Well, there's an infringement there. I'm not sure if it was possibly shielding. Hernandez plays the ball wide to Tonner. So 4.5 minutes of this quarter remaining. Sutherland leading 7-0. Bringing the ball forward again. Tonner finds Jones leading back into space. Umpire calls a stick obstruction there on him. He's putting pressure on, forces the ball back. So Briars start resorting to long passes. There'll be more turnovers. This time they're going through the midfield. Vastani with the ball there. Goes back again. It's better play by Briars. Sam Houston with that ball out wide to the left. Carl Smith with it. This is a better possession from Briars. The ball to the 25 and through into the D. The umpire's not happy with the commentary from the Briars striker. Not sure exactly. I think that might have been William Orth. But Briars have it from the 25. Good work by Wade Tonner there, getting in front of his opponent. First to the ball. So Briars get the restart from the 25. Just over 2 minutes of this quarter to remain. Hayes makes the tackle. Can't recover the ball, so Briars again. That's a good pass, good pickup. That was Lee Brady with the ball on the top of the D. In the end, he just couldn't control, but he did have it on his stick. And they're the type of chances you'll get against a strong defence. You've got to be able to receive and control under pressure. Now, ball now with Mason Neal deep in the attacking 25. That was a costly miss from Riley Lloyd there. Sutherland were well in attack. Just didn't control that ball back. Oh, that ball has fallen to Henry Jones. It's gone into the circle and ball under the foot, so that'll be a penalty corner. Good opportunistic play there from Jones, working back from high. Just picked the ball, loose ball up in Briars' defence and carried it forward quickly and forced the penalty corner. So, minute to go in this third quarter. Penalty corner to Sutherland. Just the one goal this quarter. They'll be aiming to put another one in the net here. Briars definitely taking their time in defence. Just about set. That was a terrific penalty corner execution from Blake Hernandez. Got onto the ball at the top of the D and he has rifled that in the goalkeeper's left-hand corner. So between the keeper and the postman. Terrific execution from Hernandez. And Sutherland now up 8-0 at the end of the third quarter. So a good quarter from Sutherland, added another 2 goals to their sheet. And in for the final break now before we come back for the fourth quarter. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, see the conclusion of this game. Teams back on the pitch for the fourth and final quarter. Sutherland leading Briars 8-0, so Sutherland certainly in a strong position. They've executed well today. They've had good intensity through the midfield. When Briars have had the ball, Sutherland have typically swarmed them with 2 or 3 defenders. So good initiative and enterprise from Sutherland. And so far, a clean sheet in defence. They'll want to finish this game well and really send a message to the rest of the teams in this competition that Sutherland is a contender this year in first grade. Sutherland holding their press at the half line, so letting Briars have the ball further back. Now they're pushing forward. Hayes is pushed up in the centre. Halliard's trying to keep pressure on the defender here. This is where they want to turn it over. And Neil has done that. Now the challenge is for Sutherland to retain the ball, which they've done. That was not really a percentage pass there from Hayes. He had two Briars defenders between him and his target. Crossfield overhead from Briars gets them out of defence and pressuring Sutherland's 25. Good tackle from Hernandez. Just poked that ball away. Clean as anything. Tonner now with the ball. That's good control from him. Has the ball again from the 25. Back to McGregor. Into Hayes. Draws them like a honeypot. So 3 came to him, which creates the space out wide, and Sutherland have exploited that. Sutherland doing a good job of cutting down Briars' options coming out of defence here. Keelan again with the ball, trying to work it into the D. Got past the first defender with his 3D skills, but not the second. Good pressure from Keelan there. Just wasn't able to prevent the pass, but that's what he needs to do. McGregor trying to hold it up in the centre. A final pass forward from Briars. Over the back line. There were 2 strikers there, but there were more defenders from Sutherland. So Sutherland back well in numbers. McGregor works it left. Tonner given time there with the ball and found his pass to Halliard. Terrific pass through to Jones. Good turn by him. And he needed to do more with that ball. He needed to find the stick, not just put it in the spot. Bennett now with it out wide. Finds Halliard on the back line. And with no space to work with, Halliard has found a Briars foot and a penalty corner. So a good outcome there from Halliard. Again, he's shown good presence of mind in possession in a difficult situation and got a good outcome from Sutherland. So another penalty corner here and a chance for either Hernandez or Halliard to add to their total. Hernandez is certainly having a good run from the penalty corner spot. But Halliard's sunk one as well, so Hayes has got the ball, makes the shot, and rebound to Bennett. Went looking for Neil just on the goal line. And bouncing ball there, which Hayes just couldn't control. A few opportunities there for Sutherland, but Briars survived. Again, Keelan doing a good job in the good job there in the midfield to disrupt that strike, that play forward from Briars. Lee Brady's pass across the circle there. In the end went to no one, but he's got it back again. Try and work this into the D and get a result, which he has. Got that ball in behind McGregor's stick, so that was enough to find the obstruction. And a penalty corner for Briars. So another opportunity for them to get on the score sheet. Sutherland have obviously a good position on the score sheet, but they'll be very keen to keep this one out. And a good save by Ackroyd there off to his right. Oh, Hernandez, not good vision there. Put McGregor under all sorts of pressure, but they got away with it. Halliard now with the ball. Bit untidy from Sutherland there. That's 2 penetrations against them. Wade Tonner with a good pass through to Halliard. He's looking long. He needed another 20 yards on that overhead to find Mason Neal. Good pass from Keelan there. Just picked up the short pass to Halliard. Through to Neal. Excellent pass there. Neal's right on the back line. Found the stick of the Briars defender, so Sutherland's ball from the 25. Bit of deception from Hayes on the crossfield transfer there. Unfortunately, a bit of a bouncing ball as well, so it made it difficult for Lloyd out wide and he couldn't control. Briars with the long overhead from left side defence gets them out of that situation. And they've come wide. Now they work their way down the right side back into the midfield. That's a good transfer. So to Smith. Back through Sam Houston in the centre. Hernandez with a good tackle there on Nick Candido. Hayden Neal out to Tonner. Again, uncontested. Finds Hayes. He eliminates his opponent, Jack Ward. Oh, terrific pass to Mason Neal on the back line from Hayes. Keelan was the short pass and obvious target, but Hayes saw Mason Neal even further up the field and really made a dangerous pass. Unfortunately, Mason Neal didn't control that, so Briars survived that opportunity. McGregor across to Hernandez under a little bit of pressure. He got it away. Tonner with that ball through to Halliard. Didn't miss it by much, but it was enough. Riley Lloyd intercepting that through ball. Under pressure, good ball back to Hernandez. Finds Tonner on the top, but a mistrap from him creates the opportunity for Briars. And Will Orth took full advantage of that. Wasn't able to get a shot away under pressure from Tonner, but did get the ball onto his foot, and a penalty corner. Well executed corner from Briars there. I think that was Liam Sweeney with the drag flick low to Nathan Ackroyd's right and into the corner of the goal. So Briars, 2 corners this quarter, and they've taken advantage of one of them to get onto the score sheet. So 8-1 to Sutherland. Right, Sutherland will be keen to respond to that effort. Henry Jones with the ball into the circle. Good skills to carry it through there. Just keeping the ball slightly elevated. Mason Neal with the ball. Good skill, elimination skill there. Ball falls to Bennett. On his knees. And just with a little tweak, puts the ball in the back of the net. It's gone through 2 defenders there. Found Bennett on his knees, but enough vision to see the goalkeeper was also on his knees and no mobility. So he put that one away. And Sutherland back in front, 9-1. Just on 4.5 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Zach Keelan applying pressure. That's a good win from Keelan, and he's done even better by getting the ball through to Bennett. Bennett was looking for Halyard and almost connected. So good midfield work from Keelan there. Force that turnover and then take advantage of it. Toby Jennings on the ball there. Got plenty of Briars players in front of him. Unfortunately, his clearance has gone straight to Briars Sweeney. Zach McGregor puts that ball onto Lee Brady's foot. So free hit to Sutherland so they can bring the ball out of defence. Now to Riley Lloyd. Tonner out wide. Down the sideline to Halyard. A bit lazy with that trap and it's deflected over. Henry Jones, good intercept by him. Ball through to Bennett. He'll look for a pass infield. Jones is on it. Good speed. Forces the penalty outside the D. Halyard carrying the ball around the D. Jones along the back line. Good deflection. Jones is flat on the ground. Well, Keelan got onto that one, but it was more pitching wedge than driver and went high over the sight screen. Good marking there by Tonner in the midfield, gave Brady little chance to receive that. So McGregor on the ball, will try and work it out. Goes to Lloyd out to the right. He's got Jennings on the sideline. His ball through. He's looking for Bennett, but that pass is too wide of him. So Briars bring it forward again. Unforced error there, so Sutherland back in possession from the 25. Brady doing well against at least 3 Sutherland defenders, but not able to manufacture a shot. So Briars go again from the 25. Donna brings that ball away. Yes, I think it rolled just onto the back of his stick. So good decision by the umpires. Ackroyd with a clearance. And a time an elevated and dangerous shot into player group. So there we have the final hooter. End of the 4th quarter, and Sutherland finish with a 9-1 win in their first game of the 2023 Premiership season. That's a really solid result from Sutherland first grade. They will certainly take a lot of confidence from that, and as I suggested earlier, send a message to other teams in the competition that they're back in contention this year. So other results today, Sutherland second grade on the wrong side of a 4-0 loss to Briars, so they've got plenty to think about, and Sutherland third grade finished 2-1 winners over Briars in the PL3 encounter earlier this afternoon. So on behalf of the production crew here, Luke Domro and myself, Craig Turner, thank you for watching the game this afternoon.